If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat and I can read them to Babaji. Otherwise, raise your hand and you can unmute yourself and ask your question. So Baba, there's a question. Do we not know that we are divine prior to having taken this birth?
We forget our divinity after we are born because of the environment and that we are grown in, the social structure and everything. We forget it. When the soul is born, it is born with that nature that this time around, I am going to own my divinity. Because that's why you are born. Reincarnation happens because you have not realized your divinity yet. Because when you realize that, then there is moksha, there is a liberation. You are out of the cycle of birth and death. And I like to just say, these kind of questions are, again, the mind is playing its tricks. I like to bring you back to what you need to do today. What you were born with, who knows? But that's what I think. We were not in the moksha. That's why we came to as a reincarnation. If we're in moksha, if we had obtained the moksha, then we'll be out of this cycle. So that's what the soul came in. Okay, this time around, I am going to. And that's what Baba says. Remember the promise you had made to yourself before taking this birth. Promise that we had taken. This time around, I'm going to be one with my.
Baba, there's a comment. Your teaching is so profound. Thank you so much, Babaji.
Oh, it's simple. It's nothing complicated. You already know it. I'm just reminding you. Thank you.
Another question, Baba. What is the difference between belief and faith?
Belief is something that you really have to believe in, something that you really don't know. Belief is required if you don't know. Then you believe. Believe. But something you already know, it doesn't require anything from outside. Shraddha, Viswas, faith and belief. So that's what I would say. Belief is something that it's enforced on you from outside. You see it and everybody tells you that you begin to believe. But faith is something you know inside. You know something is greater. You know something is bigger. Sometimes you know something that's so deeply that nothing can take you away from that. That makes any sense? Just like this, honoring yourself, loving yourself, respecting yourself, What does it require? It requires faith or belief. I don't care about those words. All I know, being good is good, and nobody can take me away from that. So I would say, please do not get caught up in these words, because the words are mind strict to get you away from doing what you need to do. Being good to yourself should be your religion, should be your God. Just be good to yourself. Have positive attitude towards yourself. Baba used to say, "Oh fool, why you are running around so impatiently looking for God? Why don't you live in such a way that God comes looking for you?" It's beautiful to see everybody so still and quiet. I hope whatever I'm saying is making some sense.
Baba, I see that Sandy has her hand raised. Sandy, do you want to unmute yourself and ask your question?
Yeah, Baba, powerful words. And what I want to know is, how can I go from belief in my divinity to faith and knowing my divinity?
Just start your day with being good to yourself. And once you have done some work, honoring yourself, loving yourself, respecting yourself, that will begin to rise in you. You cannot go there through mind. To these kind of realms, we cannot enter through mind. One day you get an idea, you read a book and you say, yeah, but next day something else happens and then you lose faith in it. So I am very much into living, doing, and not thinking too much. So start your day with simple practices, and those simple practices will reinforce that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Baba, there are many questions and comments. So one, I think this is from Allison in Sonoma. Luca was paying attention to the entire satsang today. Baba, thank you, Babaji.
Blessings to Luca.
I woke up, another question or comment. I woke up this morning thinking life is nothing but suffering. Thank you for this message today, Baba, as it gives me a step in a new direction for tomorrow. Question. May I meet good people today, and may I be one. Thank you for saying more about that second part. I don't know if that's a question or a comment.
Yeah, how can you just bring a smile on somebody else's face? If you can't do anything, at least smile at somebody. A smile is much better than a frown. So, and if you can't find any humans to smile at a flower, just smile. Appreciate what's around you. That's a good person. If you know some of your friends need something and you know somebody else is capable of helping them, call them. Hey, if you have a moment, can you help this person? And I get so much joy out of it. You know, if I know somebody has something, they got a little problem, and I know somebody who can solve it, without even them asking me, the Babaji, please help me, I call this person, say, can you, yeah, if I can, then I put them together. I don't get any commission, but I get my joy just bringing little respite in somebody's life. If I can't do it, maybe I know somebody else can do it. And I have given them a chance to be a good human being. And somebody else gets a little benefit. And that's how we make the world a little better. So having that kind of mindset helps somebody. If you can't help, maybe you know somebody who could help, and just being the bridge. And there are so many opportunities in this world to be a good human being. But when we are always thinking about myself and my problems and my this and my, get out of this, help somebody. Look, we create a beautiful world that way.
Baba, just there's a request if you could walk through the three, not three questions, but three affirmations to start the day with.
Okay, you tell me. What are these?
It was gonna happen. May it be an auspicious day. May I meet good people and be a good person that somebody else meets. May I do good in the world.
Yes. And while you are doing this and looking at your hand, that's what you are thinking. May it be an auspicious day today. May I be a good person and may I meet good people today. May I do good with my hands. You are being fully present to yourself in that moment. You're not thinking about the problem. You're not thinking about somebody else. You are really, it's about you and the kind of day that's going to unfold before you. We all can be a good presence in someone's life. If we expect somebody else to be good, first I have to be good. Even if there is some little strife with somebody, may we wake up with that idea, let's solve this thing, even at the cost of my own little ego or entitlement that I may be thinking, or just clean it out. So once you clean that, you got something new, things emerging. Otherwise, we keep getting entangled in that and it snowballs.
Baba, that's all the questions. There was one technical one, which I can answer. It asks if there's a recording will be available. And yes, we record all of these Sunday satsangs and they're available on our website. You do have to subscribe to our website, but that's free. And you could see how to do that through the website. We also have a podcast. So all of the Babaji's Sunday satsangs are on a podcast, which you can get through Apple Podcast and Spotify and some other services. So yes, we record all of these and it'll be available to you. We usually post them a few hours later today.
Thank you, everyone. It's just beautiful to see you. And if I don't call you by your name, I just really see each one of you page by page, and my blessing and love to you. And I thank Divine Mother in the form of Zoom, so who brings us all together. I see the divine presence even in the Zoom. It has, so being able to see good in whatever is available to you is also a good practice. Thank you all very much. I will take leave of you so you can greet each other.
Thank you, Baba.
Ma c'è la cosa adesso, no?